Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing and football tips for Saturday the 10th of February. First of all, if you can do me a great big favour, click like, leave a comment, share it, do whatever you can do to help me because there's hardly any eyes hardly any eyes are looking at these videos because I've not been producing many videos because the race has been poor. So if you can just like and share and make this video really lively, I will really appreciate it. So let's get straight into it. So what I've had is, it's just short, I believe, of £10 in total on the horses. I've had a Canadian, or should I say I've had two Canadians. I've had a 9p each way Canadian taking the prices and a 10p each way Canadian, all at SP. So let me get into it. So the first selection is Ballybay in the 12.55 at Newbury. Gary Moore won this race last year. I've been looking at the race and the favourite looks relatively solid, but second and third favourites I do think are vulnerable under a penalty. I think one's under a double penalty, one's under a penalty, and I've got doubts about the distance and the ground because I think the distance might be a tad short for one of them. It's a wide open race. If you can kick the second and third favourites out of the places, it's still quite tough picking one. Well, Gary Moore won this race last year, and it was quite interesting what the Racing Post said about it. It was the run. This run was much better than the form suggests, and I do agree with it. It travelled smoothly into the race, 3 out, and it just faded towards the end. And if we can kick two of the first three in the betting out, we've got a cracking chance, and it's round about 20-1. But I think it could get bigger, but we'll see. There are a couple of other horses that I think have got chances, but I'll leave it at that. So the second selection is Ikarak in the 130 at Newbury, and this is just a money back special, but I'll just ignore that. Basically, if the favourite doesn't want to make the run in, I would like this horse to make the run in. And hopefully, it gets a relatively easy lead. If it gets a relatively easy lead, it's fine over the distance and it loves heavy ground. And I think it could be hard to peg back. The third selection is Spirit Darnu in the 3:15 at Newbury. This is the Betfair hurdle, paying 7 places instead of 4. This will be sat towards the back. Originally, I would have picked one toward that race prominently, but I do think this horse has got every chance. It's Gary Moore once again. It's got to do a career best to win this race. Don't get me wrong, a few of them have, but this definitely has. It won well last time, and Gary Moore is very good at picking these hurdles up just before the Cheltenham Festival. So I think this horse has got every chance, and it won a Shade Cosley last time. The fourth selection is Rise Hall in the 3:35 at Newcastle, paying 4 places instead of 3. This one's only about 130. But I've looked at the race; it's really poor. If this horse needs to be held up, in my opinion, and it should, in the end, when it comes for a late run, it should basically be picking everything up that doesn't stay. And to be fair, after looking at the form, that's quite a few of the other horses. So I think this has got every chance, and it was rated very highly. It rated 93 3 years ago. Not done a great deal since, and I think it's coming where it's off now, but it's plummeted in the ratings. And finally, last but not least, you cannot be serious. You can't be serious. In the 4:25 at Newbury. This horse has got a decent National Hunt flat race rating of 111. That's up there with the best of them. I can't remember going through if it's actually the best, but it's right up there, and it's roughly about 25-1. Obviously, I've taken the price in the other bet, but I think this has been overlooked because Joe Tizard generally isn't a National Hunt flat horse trainer, and neither is, or they're not well known for it, and neither was his dad. So I think that's partly why it's been up. There's some quite big stables in there. I know Nichols has got a couple in there, but if I'm being honest, all the horses, you could draw a straight line, as in like a lot of them have got very similar form ratings, the ones that have ran. So I think it could be a close race, and I think this one at 25-1 is too big a price. So let's get on to the football. Don't switch off yet. So I've changed it up slightly. It's still £10, but I've got rid of the £1 over 4.5 goals. So I've gone for £1 treble. And that's the same teams that I have for the over 2.5 and over 3.5. But I've gone for a £1 treble on both teams to score in the first half. The odds are pretty much 50 to 1. So put a pound on, £49.50 back. So I've gone yes on all three selections. So what we need for the bet to come up is Watford and Leicester, Southampton and Huddersfield, Tottenham and Brighton, all to score in the first half. In the past, I've got one of these up, and I've had several bets since where I haven't got them up. So, as I said, so it's a £6 treble over 2.5 goal treble. As I said, the same teams: Southampton and Huddersfield, Watford and Leicester, and Tottenham and Brighton. So that if you have the entire bet on Saturday, it's staked £20. If we manage to get the over 2.5 goals bet up, that pays for the day. It's a free day. If we get the over 3.5 goals bet up, which is I've actually had a £3.12 because I've got 12p left, so it makes a £36 return. So basically, if we get that, it's 50, basically 60 return. So it's triple money day if the football, just purely the football comes in and nothing else. So those are the selections for Saturday. So give me a like or a subscribe or a comment or a share or a like again. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.